Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you see me? And hopefully you guys can see me. I don't know why this isn't working. Oh, let me see. Oh, it is working. Holy crap. All right. I guess we're live. I hope you guys are doing good. So I'm trying something a little different today. So the comments are going to lag a little more than usual. I put it on, I used to use ultra high, whatever it's called, latency. Now I'm using just high or low. I don't remember, but so mic seems far away. Does it still seem far away? It shouldn't be. It should be pretty good, actually. Let me see. Should be all right. I think mic should be good. Is it good? D-Man said it's good. So Dow Jones, obviously, I mean, it just looks like a blip here, but this could be the start of much worse. Who knows? Not really too concerned about it. As you guys know, mostly crypto is what we're looking at in this channel, but everything seems to be taking a dive, right? Except for DXY. I posted this last month, the beginning of the month, right here, would have been in the first week of February. I said, look for the bottom here, and look where we're at now. It is cranking up. Let's see if it continues. If we can break that 100 level, I do see us going much, much higher. And as I've talked about over and over again, when the DXY cruises, the market crashes. We'll see if it continues. My voice is echoing. What the hell, man? This crap. Let me see something. It should be fine. I don't know why it would be echoing here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. That should help it. Is that better? Please tell me it's better. Stocky said it's fine. Should be better there. Let's take a look at what's going on. I haven't looked at X in a while. Let's see if anything great. 2 hours ago, Jacob King says, breaking, the largest publicly traded Bitcoin miner, Mara Holdings, is planning to sell the majority of its Bitcoin reserves. Imagine that. Mike's fixed. Woohoo! Nice. Voice was in theater mode, so it's better now. Good deal. All right. Awesome. So anyways, let's take a look at Bitcoin and what we've been watching for. Get rid of that. So this is what I still think is a good possibility. This could be where we're headed. As you guys know, did we bottom here? Maybe. If you remember, I drew this out a couple months ago, right? Actually way up here in January, like first or second week of January, looking for this. This could be it, and we rally up, but as you guys know, I'm looking for 58 or lower. Here is my current trade, right? We are up 15,000 now. Yesterday we did have that fake out, and if you guys were watching, so this was where I was looking for a rejection along this line, but obviously we went a lot quicker. It did get a spike above. I think a lot of this is, and that's why I didn't put stops here, guys, because a lot of this is them knowing, and by them I mean bigger exchanges, not saying any names, scammy, sketchy exchanges, like maybe the ones that start with, let's just say CZ or something. But that is a scam way, right? That's to get people out of their trades and then continuation down. That's why I didn't do it. That's why I didn't set my stops there. Also, if you guys belong to our Discord group, I put this in there. As you can see, this was a higher high, slightly, but it was a higher high, right? For, again, we go off the candles, right? And then down here, we had a lower high. That is hidden bearish divergence, right? The other thing, if we look at this trend line I drew in here in the white, once this breaks on the RSI like it did here, Next is the break of the price action. I do think that's going to happen. And this is the drop we talked about yesterday, right? Those of you that are new, we've been watching this as a huge 5-wave structure, and then this being possibly a A, then we get a B and a C, right? Kind of like we did over here. Way back here. Right here. It was A, B, and then a C. And that's what I think we're getting here. Possibly. We'll see. But again, I don't think the end of this or the bottom is going to be until October. Same time the top was, just like every prior year, right? And we've went over that over and over and over again. I'm not going to bore you that been around for that. Unless you want me to talk about it, let me know in the comments. I'm not getting it, blah, blah, blah. Are we in wave 5 of wave 1? I do believe so. I believe, no, not in wave 5 of wave 1. Wave 5 of wave 5 of either a big A or I don't know. That's what we got to figure out as we go, right? But these are my target levels, and if you watched yesterday, I talked about it. Let me show you what they are. So this one, let's get these over here out of our way, right? Can you see those? Yeah, you can see them. This here is just the widest point of the wedge, and if we break down over here, that gets us around, actually it's gonna be a little bit higher depending on how quick it would get there, if it does, around 51,000. And then of course we have this one between 55 and 58. That's where I have my take profits, right? Those of you that are following along know that. Now the question is, do we have to, did you rid out that pump on your small account or do a hedge? On my small account, no, I got out of it at a loss. I think I lost like $300 on it. But on the bigger one here, we're still hanging in there. Now, what I need to figure out, remember I told you look for that E to go up here. Well, they made the E extend a little high over there. Now, could this just extend like this now? Possible, but I don't like that. I don't think that is the case, although it could be, right? But that wouldn't be alternate touches. We got 1, 2, 3, right? And then we had a touch here. So that would mean this may go down a little bit lower if this was the top. Either way, I'm in here. I'm still watching these levels here. I still think there's a good chance that this breaks on the bottom level. And I'm still playing that. Like I said, maybe we go up and test this. That's possible, to come up and test that 200 EMA. Guys, do me a favor. Smash that like button if you're in here watching. I'm not sure how many people are in here. About 80 viewers, it says. I don't know. If you're on Twitter, come over to YouTube. It helps a lot more. Also, in the comment section, if you're on YouTube, let me know in the comments. Just say I'm on YouTube or hit a 1 or whatever. Just curious to see how many people are actually active. I think there's a lot of bots on all platforms all the time, even Google, man, with responses. I think 50% of the internet is bots, I believe. I appreciate you that actually take the time out to type something. Again, if you're on X, come on over to YouTube and let me know you came from X, right? We are here. What's up, Prowler? I do appreciate you that actually take the time out and hit a button. Doesn't take that much, people. Anyways, so now we're still up around 10,000 on this. Is it gonna break? We could get back up to this levels, and what will I do? Probably add to it. Here you guys can see these were the levels. I drew this out way back. Way back when, right? Told you each time we drop past one of these levels, it should become resistance, which it has. That 57-ish is going to be your 0.618. That's why I have my take profits at 58. Right here is why, because that's a golden pocket zone, right? If that breaks, obviously you got your lower levels here. We'll see what happens there. We'll definitely see. How's Ethereum? What is this? Oh, this is the 1 hour. Okay. We could look at this too. Let's do this in the 1 hour and just look at it like this, right? If you guys have any charts you want to go over, hit yes in the chat. Don't tell me what charts yet, or what stock, or what crypto. Just hit yes in the chat, and we'll, if we get enough yeses, I will go over stocks or crypto of your choice. How is Bitcoin supposed to be future money, yet you're supposed to save it and never spend it? So when do you spend it as money? Exactly, right? So Bitcoin, from the very beginning, I'm not bashing it, I'm just speaking truth and what I've seen, right? So Bitcoin, when it first came out, was supposed to be non-taxable, no government interference, no banks, get away from the banks, right? It was supposed to be all this stuff, right? Person to person. And what is it? Nothing like that. Also, it was supposed to be, you know, non-traceable. What is it? And it was supposed to be anonymous. What is it? It's the most traceable currency in the world. So I think the very people that you thought it was against are the very people that came up with Bitcoin. The good thing is you can still make tons of money off it if you want to sit there and hold it and hope it goes up forever. I don't think that's what it's going to do. I really don't. Do I think eventually it'll find a spot where it kind of just maintains? Probably, because you'll have enough people believing in it, thinking that it's going to go up forever, that they don't want to sell, which will create some type of floor-ish at some area. But now it has become a tool to make a ton of money if you don't get attached to it. That's how you make a bunch of money off crypto. Trade the shit, not hold the shit. And let me show you why. Right here is a good reason. Right here is an awesome reason. Right here is a good reason. Right here's another good reason. All this stuff that I'm showing you was supposed to go up forever. It was supposed to be the new world currency, right? All of it. What is it all doing? It's all dumping. Look at this. This is strategy. You guys know how I feel about strategy. If you don't, this is how I feel about it. Let's see. Let's take a look at where they're at. They are down almost 6 billion still. $6 billion. I think that's going to get much, much higher as this thing tanks. Where is, let's see, the Dow Jones is down 1,100 right now. S&P's down 150. NASDAQ's down 538. DXY is up. DXY just broke the 200 EMA on the daily. Let's take a look at that. So your next area you're watching for the DXY is around that 100 range, right? It breaks above that and gets support, guys. This thing is cranking, and that means the markets will not be cranking to the upside. We'll see. RGB, thanks, man. I appreciate it. The only crypto that are safe haven really are stable coins. Or are they? Or are they really? The truth shall set you free in 26 till infinity. LOL, no cap. Dollar cost average. Dollar cost average. So this guy, I don't know, but if that's what you want to do, do it, right? But if you guys are interested in trading, my sponsors over here, PrimeXBT and BITUNIX, and let me know how you guys feel about DEX, because I do have a DEX thing I'm gonna test out and start working with. Also, PrimeXBT, we're gonna be having a trading competition. If you're interested in that, let me know below. But I want to hear your guys' experience with DEX, decentralized exchanges. Good experiences, bad experiences. You don't name a DEX. I'm not trying to advertise for a DEX here. Just let me know if you've tried any, if you liked them, if you didn't like them, what you liked about them, what you didn't, because I'm about to start playing with one and check it out and then let you guys know what I think about it. I'm not going to tell you which one yet, but I will be doing that. Gold is pushing 5K. Let me pull up the gold chart. I haven't pulled it up in a while. I'm not lagging at all. That's awesome since I changed the settings. So pretty happy about that. Let's open a layout. Let's look for gold. Where is my gold? Right here. Take a look at that. Back to 4,000, but it's still not above that 2.618, right? That should be our resistance now. Will we go all the way back down to the one? This is the other thing. Anytime gold has come up like this, right, is right before a big crash. I mean, that's huge, huge, guys. That's like back here, and it came down like 68% over here, something like that, maybe even more. I don't remember. Well, let's pull up our silver chart. Silver, 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 silver. Where are you? Silver. Same thing. Silver didn't hit its 2.618. If it follows gold, it should get up here, but there's no guarantees. Adam said, yes, see above. I don't know what you're talking about. The news now is Bitcoin is not energy efficient and uses too much electricity. The higher the price goes. They're saying it's starting to cost a lot in electricity. Not to mention data centers, right? Data centers and Bitcoin, are they going to fight over that electricity? We'll see. All in all, you know, I've talked about it a million times, right? I was on a back in 2000, I think it was 2018. It might have been 2017. I think it was 2018. I was flying out somewhere. It was actually, was I flying? I think I was flying out to Greece. I think I was flying out to Greece. I'm not 100% positive, but I think so. And I was sitting next to a lady that worked for Microsoft. And I was talking to her, and I was super excited about Bitcoin and Litecoin and everything at that time. And I had asked her, I said, what do you think about Bitcoin? And she was kind of like, eh. I was like, what do you mean? Like, what about blockchain? She says, blockchain's a good technology. We've been using blockchain for years, building blockchains for companies, right? So blockchain's been around, you know, we're getting used for a long time. They are creating them. They've created them for big companies. And I don't remember them all, but I do remember GE. I do remember saying they created one for GE, but she said they do it for multiple companies. And they create these blockchains for them to use for their inventory, for many other things, right? And she said, blockchain's a great technology. She said, but the cryptocurrency thing, not so big on it. Although, obviously, like I said, you can make a lot of money off it. But in reality, they're not like new technology. It's a blockchain. And then they just put a name on it and they call it a new coin and say it does all this great stuff, but in reality, it's just another blockchain, right? So it's going to be hard to create real value out of it. And for as it being a money, I don't know, man. Far away said, yeah, Greece. Anyways, guys, so all right, nobody seems to want to answer me about the decks, huh? Nobody's checked them out. Again, guys, if you're on X watching me, come on over to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you smash that thumbs up so other people can get in here also. And make sure you comment below, guys. Let me know what's going on with that. I don't know what's up with my Twitter not pulling up, but it is what it is, right? If you could please, I have to get a new phone today. I broke my damn phone. Sucks. Anywho, not a lot of people very talkative. What's going on? Or is this just not working? Let me see. Are you doing any promo giveaway this upcoming streams? Remember, make sure you guys have your Prime XBT account open while you're watching the stream, because I will be posting one promo code. It'll show up in the chat, and the first one to use it gets $200 promo code. You don't even have to have a deposit. All right, Dex, think they are a bit cold with no access to support, etc. So you do something and hope it goes okay. Yeah, but you're using your real wallet, so you're kind of still holding your custody. Am I right? BTC will be to crypto as dial-up was to the internet. I don't think so. gone gray wolf, because I think it's just going to be a blockchain thing, and I think they're just going to be traded assets. So it's going to be like a casino, right, where just people keep making these cryptos and keep trading them, and eventually someone pays the right people to talk about it to get one pumped up, and then it moves higher in the crypto sphere up to the top 10 charts or top 20 and makes it look legit, and then eventually they sell all their crap and it goes down and some other one pumps up. That's what I've seen year over year over year over year over year after year. Smash, like there was so many people, right, pushing these crazy cryptos, and YouTubers like pushing the hell out of them, telling them that they bottomed like 6 months ago and they've done nothing but continue to the downside. Guys, when will you learn? Please tell others to be careful with these crypto YouTubers that are pushing shit coins. Run. Unless you want to trade them. And then, you know, when they start talking about it, start dumping it. Hopefully you bought it before they started talking about it. What I mean is dial-up was the entry point, but was too slow and clunky. I know what you mean, but it's actually... Bitcoin's not really slow and clunky, right? It's actually pretty secure. But will it be a currency? No. Could you make a crypto a currency? Maybe. But guys, I've been a believer in the USD, and I think if the USD collapses, a lot more collapses than just the USD. I know that goes against everything you hear on the internet and the news. You know why? Because they're telling lies to you. It's brainwashing. Do you think blockchain will get hacked or sabotaged eventually? I mean, it's definitely possible. With as fast as the computers and things are going, but you know, who knows? I guess that's a wait and see. Anyone can predict. I can tell you yes or no, and either way, somebody will call me right or wrong, right? Any thoughts on Hex and Richard Hart? Garbage. That's my thoughts on both of those. Okay, do you guys want to take a look at some charts? Hit one in the chat if you guys want to take a look at charts of your choice. Remember, I'm not going to do it yet until we get enough people wanting to do it. And then once we get enough people wanting to do that, I'll go over stocks or crypto of your choice. But when you put it in there, don't put it in there yet. But when you put it in there, you have to put the ticker and whether it's a stock or a crypto. DXY looks pretty bullish. Yeah, I had said the DXY looked like it was gonna run from here. Here was the circle I put on it. You can go back and check my X right down here. I told you guys I thought that was gonna be the bottom, and bam, so far so good. Remember, I'm Prime XBT, right? You can trade all this stuff. So if you get on Prime, you can trade crypto, forex, gold, silver, and this PX2. They changed the PX Trader 2.0 now. You have actual live order book, and again, you can trade forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, everything all from here, and you can adjust your margin on your cross margin now. You weren't able to do that before. You can go up to like 500x if you're crazy, right? But anyways, wanted to let you guys know that, so keep an eye out. Make sure you check it out. Get familiar with it if you want to get in the trading contest. I will be doing a trading contest on Prime where you will win prizes. All right, so okay, a couple people are interested. We got 5 people interested. We need more. Come on. Get them interested, guys. And how can you do that? Get more people in here by clicking the like button, sharing the video. If you belong to a group, hit the share button, throw it in the group. Could you zoom into shorter time frames for BTC? How would you trade on smaller account? Okay, let me see. Let's go into, I think I have a 1 hour. Yeah, here's a 1 hour. Let's go into a 15-minute, right? So let's see if we can find something in here on the 15-minute, right? Let's see. So I'm not much of a day trader. Day trading is what most people lose their ass on, right? I'm not a huge fan of it. That's why I like swing trading, right? You don't have to sit in front of it all day, and you're not risking money every second of the day doing crazy trades. But let's see. This is alternate touches, right? So if this was to break up here, where would the target be? Be right up here in this range. So if I was day trading smaller amounts, this would be my target. If we break the 67,788, right? This is what I would look for. Let's put a label on there. Then I'd look for getting up to possibly that 70,300 range, right? If it was going to go there. This is really not creating any type of channel that I like. But you can see we got a rejection here last time. So where would that be here? About 68.6. Anyways, we'll see what happens here. Let's zoom in a little bit more. If you break down below this 67.7 range, you're probably going to make a new low down here, in my opinion. Let's check something else out. Let's check this out real quick. Yeah. That's if you break up here, right? Which, let's see what stock market's doing. Is it trying to rally at all? No, not really. A little bit, maybe. Nothing huge. Oh. Okay. Wow. Not a lot of people want to check out charts, huh? Well, we're going to check them out anyway. So you let me know what chart you want to check out, and we'll check it out. Ready to check it out or what? Guys, if you're on X, come over to YouTube. Watch it on YouTube. I don't know what I need to get off I need to quit putting it on X. I don't understand. I think X has become a pretty shitty platform, although I will still post on it and be there. But for doing lives, I don't want to do lives on X. It is of no help at all. All right. Solana. All right, let's look at Solana. Same thing, guys. Just waiting for this. It does look like it's creating a bear flag here. Solana does. Why else would I be here, bro? What are you talking about? MCG? The only thing good that come out of X is Grok. I do like Grok. So is this a bear flag here? It could be. If this is a bear flag, you want to take a measured move from the top of the bear flag to the bottom, right? And that would get you, ooh, actually a little bit lower. You guys know my targets. Still my targets. These are my Solana targets that I gave you way back when it was over a couple $100. So, and here we are now at $84. All right, let's take a look at some more stuff. Thanks for actually participating, people. I like you that participate. LAES stock. Okay, let's take a look at that. So it's a stock. Okay, LAES. AES. Deals. Interesting. Gonna go. So this is a daily chart. Let's put this here. This is what I'm gonna look for. Zoom in. We're just gonna concentrate on this area here. I'm Very crazy area. So let's take a look at this. So we're going to, we have a break up here, meaning it would have to break past the 422. It could go up as high as this area here, right? So around that 964. If it breaks down, it's not going to be good. Let's take a look here. Let's throw in, if it breaks down, I would look for it to be somewhere around this area here. You would have, if you are in on this, you would hope that this would be, I don't know what this is. What is this company? MX22. What is this company? XLM. Okay, Everlast. We'll look at XLM, but right now we're gonna first. Keith asked for CRCL Circle. Okay, let's check out Circle Internet Group. These are the ones that are putting out the bot comments. Ooh, you know what? This is looking like bearish divergence in every way, shape, or form. Let's go into the higher time frames. We're gonna go into the weekly. The weekly is not so much showing it as bad, but it's still no, not really. Let's go into the daily. Let's try to see what's going on here. Daily is, the RSI is extremely high right here. So what we are gonna do, here. So your major resistance for this is going to be right around the 125 range, but it does look like it's, let me go into a smaller time frame. Really kind of see what's going on here. Yeah. Looks like it's about to turn back over to the downside here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could have been the 5th wave down and this thing really takes off, or or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I will say is I am looking for a retracement here, because this is definitely looks like it's top tier or close to it. So I would be looking in these areas here, right, for retrace. These are going to be your bounce areas for this. It definitely looks like it's going to have at least a pullback here, possibly much worse than that. Probably get back down and close this gap here, though. 65 bucks or better. What I'd be looking for. Yeah, it looks like you'll be coming back down to the 60s range. With this RSI being this high, yeah. The Dow, we looked at the Dow a little bit ago. I mean, obviously not in smaller time frames. We can really get down to the smaller time frames and kind of look here. Get this out of here. This is a 4-hour. Let's see. It's definitely at a little support. Your next support is going to be around 46.9. Let's kind of take a look just from this low here to this high. So getting a bounce on that golden pocket zone, but your resistance now for the Dow is going to be right around here. This is where it's going to have trouble getting back over, if it even gets a good bounce, is at 48.7. If it gets above there, then you can probably say it'll probably go to new all-time highs from that level if it breaks at 48.7. XLM. XLM. Take a look at XLM. Look at it on Coinbase. Horrible. This thing is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And you're going to hear that it's bottoming and it's going to go up from here. But again, until October, I don't think any of this stuff's going to bottom. But this thing looks just nasty. Nasty. Let's take a look at the small little thing here. Just kind of look at where it could go, right? Not good. I'll promise you that. $0.08. 8 cents is where that's telling me this could go if it breaks down there. If it breaks up, which is possible too, right? Not gonna say it's not possible. Then you're looking for approximately 22 cents, but then a continuation down, which would make sense if it does. It would get right around this old resistance area. But this is what you're going to want to watch for. If it breaks below this, let me see. No, we're going to have to zoom in a little bit. That was a little off. Damn it. So it could be breaking down here, maybe? No. Let's go like this. We're going to take a look at right here. Make sure these levels are still right. Nope, I was a little off here. So let's fix this up. Okay, if we break down past this let's say 14 cents. We're going to give it to 14, then we'll be looking for 8, right? About 0.88. 8 or 9 cents, right? And then if we break up here, that would mean everything's going to probably get a little rally if we do break up here. And this is going to be where you're going to be looking for. Somewhere around that 22 range, right? That's XLM. BTC is pumping a bit. How far do you think it can go? Well, let's look at it. I don't know where we're at here. Like I said, you could see that 71 to 72 range if it's able to break above this 69.5 again. We are down in our position now. Again, I'll always show you guys right where I'm at. Minus 2,000. So, but we are 16 Bitcoin short. Yeah, we're 16 Bitcoin short. So, like I said, if we get up in this range, 70, 71 again, I'll probably add to it. So what's the highest this could go? Let me show you. This is what I mean, obviously you could keep going forever, but if it was to extend this bear flag, right? And we go from that high there, that's saying we could get as high as, depending on how quick it would get up here, of course, 75.8, and that would just make a channel, right? Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. Could it? Absolutely. But if you look here, remember I told you once this breaks, right? This actually, you know what? I'm going to add another short here because I do think this trend line broke here, right? Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. This trend line right here broke on here, right? It broke here. So I think it's going to continue its break here. You know what we're going to do? We are going to put our take profit at 58. Just like all my other ones, we're 16. Let's make it 18 Bitcoin short right here. We're going to sell. Bam. Right there it is. We just sold 2 more. Not sold 2 more, shorted 2 more. For those of you that are interested in shorting, that's how you do it. What's up, Bear and the Boss Lady? Go check out his channel, people, if you haven't. He does some awesome chainsaw carvings. Used to work together. Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Not the best. Still below 2,000. Remember, my target for Ethereum way back when, 1640. I still think we could go lower than that. Here's the lower ones. But again, guys, I think if the 4-year cycle continues, October will be your bottom for all this stuff. October will be the bottom for Bitcoin if the 4-year cycle continues. How low will that be? Somewhere between 28,000 and 0. What's up, Rambler? How you doing, man? If you have not already, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and tick your notification bells. That'll get you notified when I post new videos. Also, if you have your notifications turned off for YouTube, turn them on, because even if your notification bell is ticked, if in the main settings your notifications are off, you will not get notified. Yeah. After October, you mean we're going bullish? If the 4-year cycle continues. If the 4-year cycle continues, for those of you that have been paying attention, you'll know what I just put down there. If this plays like 2021, markdown should go to 74K. Yeah, I mean, if it does, that's possible, right? It'd be just like I drew out here. It could go to 80K actually. Just like I drew out here, right? So if this is the bottom, and I drew this out way before it happened, people, way up here, people were calling me crazy. We were still above 100K. Well, here we are. What do you think the high will be in the next bull run, Rambler? Maybe 150, or maybe it doesn't make a new all-time high, right? There's no guarantees that it has to make a new all-time high. And if ever Bitcoin really changes its use case, like you change a baby's diaper, right? They'll just say whatever they can to make it sound good. For one, institutions were never supposed to be involved. Banks were never supposed to be involved. You know, all these big people were never supposed to be involved. Once that got involved, right? Like I said, I think this was designed by those people for another tool to take your money. So that being said, you can make a lot more money trading Bitcoin than you will holding it, in my opinion. But you do what you got to do. Sorry about that. But since nobody put nothing else up here, how about XDP? Let's see. XRP. XRP. You guys know what I think of XRP. So I'm looking for around that 50-cent range, possibly a lot lower. That's the same thing we put way when it was above $3. We started talking about this, and look at it now. But that's supposed to do the next best thing. That's supposed to be, guys, everybody that says that thinks the government's going to use XRP for anything is absolutely insane. And why do I say that? Because XRP, Ripple owns tons of it. The government's not going to want some company to be involved in the currency where they can make the currency and do whatever. The XRP is dog crap. It always has been, in my opinion. All of them have. All the altcoins are shit. Oh, it says expired. I'm going to have to get some new ones. That was my last one. Damn it. Unless it just said that, but it shouldn't have been expired. It doesn't expire till next month, I don't think. But I'll get some more for the next live stream. Make sure you guys are subscribed and tick your notification bell so you can get on here when we go live. So I think I am going to get out of here. Let's take one more quick look at Bitcoin. It's kind of just playing in this area still. So let's see what happens. But again, these are where you look for reversals, or I will look for reversals. But this is why I think that it probably not going to make a new high here, right there. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I got some phone calls to make. I got to go get a new phone. I got a bunch of stuff to do. So much love. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys share the videos. Make sure you smash that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Tick your notification bell. And I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for stopping in. Don't forget, join the Discord. Check out the links down below. Awesome bonus.